So before we start, I want to address one thing, which is the people who got burned on the initial Starknet airdrop. And I understand some of you worked weeks and months, put a lot of time and money farming this airdrop, only to find out that you're not going to be making anything after the crazy requirements were announced. But the thing is, we can't take this personally. This was purely a business decision, and we shouldn't let the past experiences hinder our chances to make money in the future, because there's a lot of money to be made in terms of airdrops in the Starknet ecosystem as of right now. Because it's still a top 100 coin, there's a lot of people still building dApps under Starknet, and the technology is actually not that bad, especially after the Denken upgrade, when the fees have significantly gone down on Starknet. So there's many reasons to basically farm, especially because there's also DeFi incentives right now to basically get STRK token when you're going to be farming with a lot of these DeFi protocols. So I'm saying you should give a Starknet another chance, because there isn't really that many people farming a lot of these protocols under this chain as of right now. A lot of people are not talking about Starknet, only a couple of ones which usually have referral links. That's what influencers obviously like, me included obviously. But let's get started without further ado, looking into a lot of these promising protocols on today's list. And before we start, I do want to mention our updated Ultimate Airdrop spreadsheet, and this one has pretty much everything right now. We just added out the chain list here, and we're going to be adding out nodes and pre-sales here in the future as well. So a lot of very valuable data, very easily browsable here through different types of dApps and information. So, and obviously every type of feedback is appreciated about our version as of right now. We are upgrading it on a daily basis. But let's get started with the Defi Spring. Now, Defi Spring is currently paused, and this has basically a lot of applications being part of it, which are getting you experiences by participating on them. This can be done with a multitude of different wallets, obviously. And by the way, this is through an Interact, so you have to log in with your normal MetaMask here. Well, I got the wrong one, but whatever. So basically, these are some quests that you can do on here. I have done a couple of them, but I'm not putting too much emphasis on these. What you need to understand is that there's a lot of liquidity rewards being distributed in the STRK token on a lot of these DeFi protocols as of right now. These NFTs might play into upcoming airdrops. We can't totally exclude the idea of Starknet doing a second round airdrop. They backpedaled it on this DeFi mission. I don't know why. That one of the reasons may be just the fact that they might be doing another round of an airdrop instead and rewarding and trying to win over the people who got fucked over on the first time. So take it what you will, but a lot of these things you're going to be getting through anyway when you're going to be doing the things we're going to be covering in this video. So for example, we have Ekubo, which is, I believe, DEX aggregator. That's how I actually at least read it initially. And we have talked about this in the past, obviously. And it's pretty simple. You can provide assets here, and there are different types of pairings which are part of the Starknet DeFi Spring, which is not loading for some reason, but it's okay. There we go. USDC, USDT, that's the most safest pair that you can choose, by the way, out of all of them. We got STRK and ETH and ETH USDC, and your traditional normal pairs that we usually expect in general. And these are going to be getting you money, but they are also going to be getting you the STRK rewards. So you're going to be getting yield rewards by participating money over here. So here I have made a bit of money here already, and this is like just top of the hill. Obviously, when we had the Dengen upgrade, now the claims are actually like less of a cent. So pretty cheap fees to claim out your STRK rewards, which can be staked, which might be part of the criteria for round 2. I also want to say that we have pulled out $64 here, and that already got us like 46,000 points, and we are like rank 30k. So that's me putting out the points like 5 hours ago. So that shows you that this is not extremely competitive thing here. We have like almost 300,000 here. So basically we are in top 10% with a $60 deposit on EchoBall as of right now. And you are obviously going to be getting points from the positions and basically your pairing. Swapping doesn't seem to be giving you any rewards, which is sad, but in case you like swapping, there are other options on this list. So EchoBall, not very competitive as of right now. Then we have Avenue, which I think this is the aggregator one out of the two. And this one is having a very similar model. There's a leaderboard in this specific account, by the way. I don't have any score, but I believe it's going to be quite the same in terms of like the ranking. Even probably $100 of volume is going to be getting you in the upper thousands or something. So another very easy opportunity. We also need to understand that Avenue might not be actually part of the Starknet rewards program, at least not yet. So you're not going to be getting rewards by trading here, but it's like whatever, okay? This is another option that you can do. Then we have Heiko. This is a new protocol. I remember when we did the initial stream, I think this was back in 22, or was it early 23 when we did the Starknet video stream. Not many people really participated back then, but once again, another one that has pretty uncompetitive pages of like, there's not really that many people participating here. I don't know how easily you get points, what is the trading sum here, but it doesn't seem that there's going to be millions of people participating here. They are also part of the DeFi Spring, so providing actual liquidity here is going to be getting you these rewards. So another one that's pretty good one. And all of these are, remember, these are AMM protocols, these are DeFi protocols, and these are aggregators. These are very high tier airdrops in general. They usually are good ones to invest in because their rewards are very good. It's like, unlike the lending protocols, which we are going to be addressing next, we have Nostra. And Nostra is another one, which is a lending protocol. They are also doing the STRK rewards, and they also have a point system going on. I don't really even have that much of money here. And now it's not updating the actual numbers, but whatever. Actually, it's not showing me the numbers because I'm on the other account. So I have multiple accounts here. So yeah, another one that you can provide like $50, and you're probably going to be getting into top 10% of 244K. So another one that you can participate on, and then you can obviously refer people into this program and get more points. And I think Nostra has raised like $10 million or something like that. So there's 60 million right now here inside. So this is something that is a good opportunity. Also, you want to stake out your, I think this is liquid staking. Pretty sure it's liquid staking. So this is another pair that you can get. And when we have to understand that also the reward here is pretty great. The supply APY is 24%. So 24% in rewards for your Stark that you have provided here. I put out $100. Probably going to be putting more in the near future. And so I think it's a pretty good deal here. I mean, 20% yield, even 20% on Ethereum, USDC, and USDT. That's rates that you don't see. And the supply APY, even for USDT, is 7.88%. So these are really good rates for a lending protocol where you're not really collateralizing it, or, you know, like doing Pendle stuff where you're putting a very, very high risk. So these rates for USDC is a bit lower, but the USDT rate's really good and even better than actually the Stark token. And moving on, we have Nimbora, and this is more of a lending protocol where you can borrow against different assets, LUSD against Ethereum, or borrow against, these are the same, these are actually, are these the same? No, different collateral ratio. As of right now, there's only two models here, I guess. Can we actually lend? No, we can't. So this one is also interesting. Very risky, guys. It doesn't have their own token yet, but it's not part of the, as of right now. It was on the list on the DeFi Spring, but it's currently not getting you any DeFi Spring rewards. But something to also look into. Then we have 10K Swap, another DEX without a token as of right now. And they have the same model as a lot of the other ones on the list. So basically, provide certain pairs here, and then you're going to be getting in Starknet rewards. A lot of these got a lot of STRK to basically distribute out. And it's a very convenient token because it can be used for gas, and it's also a governance token. And if there's going to be, by the way, any governance votes, I recommend basically participating on them. Then we have Jedi Swap, and yes, this is like the 5th, 6th AMM right now, and all of these are part of the DeFi Spring. They also have version 2, but do not participate on that one. And it remains to be seen which one will come out on top and which one is going to be giving you the best amount of rewards and etc. But they don't have an apparent point system, neither has 10k swap, so they are probably less farmed compared to Avnu and Ekubo, for example, and Heikos, because Heikos, no, they don't have a point system too. So you gotta think about, I basically put like $30 on all of them. That's kind of my strategy, which I'm doing here right now. Then we have Stark DeFi. This is an aggregator. Once again, they are part of the DeFi Spring. It seems everyone has 40 million to basically distribute and their own set of pools here. They don't have all the features here, but they have a form, launchpad, and quest and synergy pools, which is kind of ambitious model there. And that tells us one thing, that if there's a launchpad and there's a farm, that means they're going to be having a token. Now, I don't really like when there's not an initial airdrop. If they're just going to be giving out like rewards, roll them out like that, you're not going to make a lot of money unless you're a whale. So Stark DeFi has that risk that they're just going to be farming out the token instead of like doing an airdrop for the people who participated before. So that has its own risks. But who knows? Maybe the farming might be, profitable too. Then we have the governance page. I thought I would be mentioning this because there's going to be voting proposals here, and those might be, well, part of the airdrop criteria for different things, what you want to do. And I think they actually asked you to do this when you were claiming your airdrop initially, was to basically delegate to somebody. And that's what I, recommend doing. So delegate to somebody who is, well, here we have, for example, Only Dust, which is a website. So maybe delegating to him might get you an airdrop on his Only Dust website. So you gotta research a bit, which could be promising platforms. We have Influence over here, which is another gaming project on Starknet. So people are already kind of playing smart about this, who they are delegating into. And I probably should delegate to him because I think this game might be worth something, or it might be absolutely worthless. But there I go. I'm delegating to him. Then we have Fibros. This is another interesting DeFi protocol, and well, another one which you can try. I think I ran into a bug though. I was not able to conduct the swap here. So this is not basically top of my list in terms of the experiences that I have had. But alas, it might be worth something if they're going to be doing an airdrop. So I want to keep repeating myself, but AMM protocols on a top 100 coin can be quite valuable. It's $200. Some of them can be thousands depending on how much you're going to be contributing and getting points. Then let's move into some NFT stuff. We got Brick. This is an NFT voxels types of collections that they are publishing. I think they migrated into a new contract. I did mint them back in the last year when they had certain things going on. And these can be bought on different platforms, including Pyramid Unframed, which are, by the way, next up on the list. So I don't know what I make out of this one. NFT plays are really, really hard, but in case you really like investing in NFTs, obviously they got games coming too, so it could be big, but remains to be seen how it will be doing. Then we have Unframed. This is the Starknet NFT marketplace. There's a couple of them right now, and I have to say that there's no way that there can be more than 2 NFT marketplaces on one blockchain, especially which is not Ethereum. We are seeing so much NFT marketplace competition right now, and I think the ones with tokens are going to be thriving because they're going to be building out actual incentives to trade and tokenomics that are sound. This idea of running just a marketplace on a chain without no incentives, no cashbacks, nothing, that model is over, and it's going to be very interesting to see how things evolve. Now, there are a couple of things you could buy on the NFT marketplace, we have the old Starknet quests. We have the new astronaut. Could this NFT be part of the Avnu criteria for their airdrop? We have Ekubo's NFT as well. Could that be part of their criteria? We don't know. And these are super cheap right now. So you might want to consider getting a bit of volume of buying these cheap NFTs over here and maybe hope that they are going to be part of the airdrop for their respective things. We got Nostr here, for example, too. So $1, that's not bad. And then we have Flex Marketplace, another which had some type of initial Starknet. They have a point system going on over here already, so they are probably planning to do an airdrop. They already had this Flex Evo thing. Sadly, I missed it. We were not really paying attention. I didn't know about this thing. And now we got a lot of other things here which are going to be getting you points, including having Starknet IDs. Probably most of you already have one. And I recommend probably getting one because those are going to be, they're quite cheap, well, affordable, I would say, like the $3 or something. So there are things you can buy which can get you points over here at Flex Marketplace for the eventual airdrop. And there seems to be 2 different phases coming out in the future, which means that there are going to be some form of airdrop coming soon. Then we have Pyramid, which is the last of the NFT marketplaces. I kind of like this most, the stylistically one, but I don't know how popular and big it is. It's kind of reminiscent of the Tensor marketplace with their fonts and everything. Right now they do have Launchpad. There doesn't seem to be anything alluding into a point system or anything like that, but you know how it goes. Have volume, trade, create NFTs, and that's likely going to be part of the criteria. And maybe this first Launchpad thing here, Starknet surfaces, well, I don't know what is the floor for them, but they could be part of the criteria because their first collection. I don't know if it's launched by them themselves, but yeah, that's another one you should look into. Then we have a social website where you can build your own social pages. They do cost quite a lot, so we're talking about $27. That's going to be disencouraging a lot of people here. But then again, when there's not a lot of grinders, that may be an opportunity. I'm going to be passing on this because these SoFi things in general are a bit... There's too much of them, and it's really hard to build a relevant one on a chain of this size. So I'm going to give it a pass, but it might be valuable down the line. Then lastly, we have... Well, this is not the... Technically, we're getting to the end. We have Opus, and Opus Money is coming out soon. It's some type of autonomous and safe platform for credit and savings, so form of a lending protocol. The website looks very impressive, so that could tell something about the quality of it, and it does seem to be promising here, but this is going to be one of those high yield platforms here, so let's see how that goes. But yeah, it's another one to you should pay attention to when they're going to be launching. Now the last 2 things, gems, which probably should have been included earlier, but glad if you made it this far in these videos, because these are probably the most biggest ones that are going to be happening on Starknet. And the one is Argent. That's the wallet that I'm using right now in this specific browser. And the criteria for Argent are going to be, well, swapping. That's probably going to be, they had their own quest line also in the past. They have this exclusive a boost that they are giving with Ekubo as well, which is exclusive to them. And they also have a portfolio thing. Not a lot of things can be done here on the portfolio as of right now, but it tells you about the rewards that you can claim a lot of the places, including airdrops. So you might want to pay attention here now and then. But do understand, Argent raised $10 million as a wallet. It's promising technology because it's a 2FA, so basically it's almost unhackable. And you can use bank transfers, that might be a part of a criteria, and staking your Ethereum through here. The yield is not amazing, but you should do it for the airdrop in case. But I think Argent is going to be airdropping very soon, and so is the next wallet and the last entry on this list, which is Bravos. They also had a lot of campaigns going on. They also have an inbuilt swap inside their wallet, and that is definitely going to be the part of their criteria. They also have this pro score thing. You should pay attention to that, getting it high as possible, and that's probably going to be part of the criteria that they're going to be having for their own airdrop, because I think they also raised like 8 million or something. So a lot of money from both of these extensions. Also, they're all available on mobile. And I had to say, like, even though I'm not the biggest Starknet fan, these two wallets are actually one of the best that I've used in the space. Yes, the 2FA can be a bit annoying to use, but it is fucking secure. Now, that's what I have here for you today. And once again, I understand a lot of people didn't get the airdrop on the initial round. Remember, there are these DeFi rewards given out real time right now, good yields, and a lot of these projects which are part of this DeFi Spring do not have token. So that's a lot of airdrops. We're talking about almost guaranteed for a lot of these, especially the ones with point system. And I expect a lot of money coming from these. And yes, there might be also a second airdrop of STRK distributed multiple different criterias. That is voting, delegating, having STRK staked out, liquid staking, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to blab any longer. Please, if you like this video, leave a comment, like on this video, and obviously check out our Notion page for more airdrops to kind, because there are a lot of things going on right now, and it's going to be very busy April and May for us. And stay tuned for the next video when it will be dropping out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.